Hey everyone, ever feel like success is this elusive thing? Like some people just have the magic touch,
Yeah.
while the rest of us are stuck fumbling?
Right.
Well, today we're diving deep into the world of May McCarthy,
Okay.
a woman who built not one, but 7 successful businesses.
Wow.
We're going through her books,
Okay.
The Path to Wealth and the Gratitude Formula, to understand her system for success.
Right.
And trust me, it's way more exciting than those cheesy law of attraction posts you see online.
What's refreshing about McCarthy is that she ditches the hustle harder mentality.
Okay.
You know, the one that leaves you feeling burned out. She's all about working with the universe, not against it,
Right.
to achieve your goals.
Okay, let's unpack this working with the universe idea, because I'll admit it
Yeah.
sounds a little out there,
Yeah.
but McCarthy's been wildly successful, so clearly she's onto something.
Right. And one of her core principles is tackling what she calls the fraud factor.
Oh.
Have you ever felt that? Like you're not good enough.
Oh, yeah.
That you'll be found out as a phony. McCarthy says this fear,
Right.
this fraud factor,
Yeah.
is a major roadblock to success.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like that little voice inside your head whispering, "Who are you kidding?"
Exactly.
McCarthy tells a story in her book about a scientist, brilliant in her field,
Okay.
who secretly dreamed of becoming a singer.
Interesting.
But guess what?
What's that?
She felt like a fraud.
Wow.
Like she wasn't qualified to pursue music.
Oh, wow.
Can you relate to that feeling at all?
It's incredibly common.
Yeah.
The scientists had bought into the idea that singing wasn't a real job,
Right.
a belief that had been planted by her parents. What's fascinating is how McCarthy helped her see that the same skills that made her a successful scientist, her discipline, her curiosity, her
Cool.
problem-solving abilities could be applied to music.
Ooh.
Or, frankly, anything she set her mind to. That's so powerful. It's about recognizing that our skills and passions can translate in unexpected ways.
Exactly.
But how do we silence that inner critic,
Yeah.
that fraud factor
Right.
that keeps telling us we're not good enough?
That's where McCarthy's system comes in.
Okay.
See, she argues that success isn't about luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about being born under a lucky star.
Right.
It's about consistently applying a repeatable process,
Okay.
a system.
Mm-hmm.
She compares it to learning to ride a bike.
Right.
Remember how awkward it felt at first?
Totally.
But with practice, with persistence,
Yeah.
you mastered it.
So she's saying we need to build those success muscles just like we would build the physical muscles.
Precisely.
Mhm.
And her 7-step system is designed to do just that.
Sure.
But before we dive into the nitty-gritty of those steps,
Okay.
let's talk about another crucial element of McCarthy's approach.
Okay.
Gratitude.
Right.
And not just the thanks for this delicious cup of coffee kind of gratitude,
Yeah.
but a deeper, more intentional practice. Here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay.
McCarthy's take on gratitude is about feeling grateful for your goals as if they've already happened.
Wow.
It's like that feeling on Christmas Eve when you were a kid. You knew those presents were under the tree, even before you tore into them.
Yeah.
That feeling,
Yeah.
that certainty,
Yeah.
that's what McCarthy's talking about.
That's a fantastic analogy.
Yeah.
She believes that cultivating this kind of anticipatory gratitude actually reprograms your subconscious mind for success.
So it's not just about wishing and hoping.
Right.
It's about embodying that feeling of already having achieved your goal.
You got it. And this belief, this deep-seated gratitude, coupled with consistent action, is what sets the stage for true transformation. It's about aligning your energy with what you want to attract into your life.
Right.
It's about shifting your perspective, about choosing to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems.
Okay, my mind is already buzzing with all these ideas about rewiring my brain for success. But we can't forget about the chief spiritual officer, the CSO.
Yeah.
I'm dying to unpack that a little more.
So the CSO is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Imagine having this wise, intuitive guide within you,
Okay.
always nudging you toward your highest potential.
Right.
That's the CSO.
So it's like having a personal life coach.
Yeah.
But instead of charging an hourly rate,
Yeah.
they live rent-free inside your head.
Exactly. And the CSO is all about recognizing opportunities, those synchronicities that we often miss in the daily grind.
Okay.
McCarthy talks about how after she and her husband decided they wanted to buy a winter home, it was like the universe conspired to make it happen.
Wow. Okay.
They started noticing articles about people who had done the same thing.
Really?
Real estate listings seemed to practically jump out at them.
Wow.
And friends started sharing stories about their own experiences with second homes.
So like once they set the intention,
Yeah.
the CSOs started dropping clues like a scavenger hunt, leading them towards their goal.
Right.
So how do we get better at recognizing those clues,
Well,
those winks from the universe?
McCarthy suggests a daily practice of connecting with your CSO.
Okay.
It could be as simple as taking a few minutes each morning to quiet your mind,
Okay.
journal your thoughts,
Right.
and visualize your goals.
Right.
It's about creating space for those intuitive nudges to come through.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like when you're trying to solve a problem
Right.
and you get so caught up in it that you hit a wall.
Yeah.
But then you take a break, go for a walk,
Yeah.
and bam,
Right.
the solution hits you.
Yeah.
It's like your subconscious mind was working on it all along.
Exactly.
And you just needed to clear out the mental clutter to hear the answer.
And the more you practice connecting with your CSO,
Yeah.
the more attuned you become to those subtle whispers of guidance.
Okay, but I have to ask,
Sure.
isn't this just positive thinking dressed up in a fancy new package?
It's a fair question. And McCarthy addresses this head on.
Okay.
She emphasizes that it's not about ignoring challenges or pretending that everything is rosy.
Right.
It's about shifting your perspective,
Okay.
about choosing to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems.
Right.
She provides a really practical tool for doing this, her
Yeah.
7-step system.
Okay, let's dive into this 7-step system. You
Yeah.
mentioned it before,
Right.
and I'm ready for the breakdown.
Okay.
What do we start?
She recommends starting each morning by reading something inspirational.
Okay.
It could be a passage from a book, a quote,
Right.
even a few lines from a blog post.
Right.
It's about feeding your mind with positivity and possibility before you even step out of bed.
I can totally get behind that.
Yeah,
A little dose of inspiration with my morning coffee sounds like a great way to start the day.
right.
What's next?
Then she suggests writing down your top 3 goals for the day.
Okay.
But here's the key.
Okay.
She wants you to keep it brief and specific. No long, rambling paragraphs. Just a clear, concise sentence or two for each goal.
Right.
And she emphasizes the importance of reading those goals aloud.
So it's about engaging more than just the visual sense of writing it down.
Right.
It's about hearing it, feeling it, making it more real.
Precisely.
Bro.
It's about anchoring those goals in your mind and body.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes the fun part.
Okay. I've heard a lot about the power of visualization.
Right.
What's McCarthy's take on it?
She's a huge advocate.
Yeah.
She encourages you to spend a few minutes each morning visualizing those 3 goals as if they've already happened.
Okay.
Feel the excitement, the sense of accomplishment, the gratitude.
So you're basically creating a mental movie of your success.
Exactly. And by immersing yourself in that feeling of already having achieved your goal,
Yeah.
you're aligning your energy with its manifestation.
It's like you're sending a powerful signal to the universe.
Right.
Your CSO.
Yeah.
Say, this is what I'm creating, so let's make it happen. What about the next steps in the system?
Steps 5 and 6 are all about staying present and attuned to your intuition throughout the day.
Okay.
McCarthy calls it listening for those CSO nudges.
So that's how we catch those opportunities, those clues that the universe is sending our way.
Exactly. It could be a sudden flash of insight,
Right.
a chance encounter that feels significant,
Yeah.
or even a book that seems to fall off the shelf at the perfect time.
Wow.
The key is to pay attention and trust those nudges, even if they don't immediately make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the final step in this system?
The last step is all about reflecting on your day and expressing gratitude for what transpired.
Okay.
It could be as simple as jotting down 3 things you're grateful for in a journal,
Okay.
or spending a few minutes before bed reflecting on the day's successes, even the small ones.
So it's about ending the day on a positive note and setting the stage for more good things to come.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that wraps up her 7-step system. It's a simple yet powerful framework for integrating these principles into your daily life.
It's amazing how such small, consistent actions can create such profound shifts in our mindset
Yeah,
and ultimately our results.
I think so.
You know, as we're unpacking all these incredible insights from May McCarthy,
Yeah.
the fraud factor, the CSO, the 7-step system,
Right?
I'm realizing that there's one fundamental question we haven't tackled yet.
Okay.
What if you're not even sure what your goals are in the first place?
Right.
How do you figure out what you truly want?
Yeah.
What you're meant to be doing with your life?
That's such a crucial point.
Right.
It's like standing at a crossroads with a million paths stretching out before you.
Right.
And you're paralyzed by the sheer number of possibilities.
Wow.
McCarthy doesn't shy away from this.
Okay.
In fact, she offers a really insightful perspective.
Okay.
She says it's about tuning out all the external noise, the shoulds,
Right.
the expectations, the comparisons, and really listening to that quiet voice within.
That inner voice that often gets drowned out by the demands of everyday life, right?
Exactly. She suggests asking yourself some fundamental questions. What brings you joy?
Good.
What are you passionate about?
Right.
What kind of impact do you want to make on the world?
Wow.
These questions might seem simple,
Yeah.
but they're incredibly powerful when we take the time to really contemplate them.
It's like embarking on a journey of self-discovery,
Yeah.
a treasure hunt within.
I love that analogy.
Yeah?
McCarthy encourages people to approach this process with a sense of curiosity and playfulness.
Okay.
She even suggests revisiting childhood dreams, those passions we might have abandoned along the way.
Right.
Remember when you were a kid and anything felt possible?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that scientist who became a singer?
Exactly.
Maybe there's a hidden artist or entrepreneur or inventor inside all of us just waiting to be reawakened.
Exactly. Sometimes those childhood dreams hold clues to our true calling.
Yeah.
And even if those dreams have evolved over time,
Right.
they can spark new ideas and directions.
Yeah.
It's about reconnecting with that sense of wonder and possibility we had as children.
That's such a refreshing perspective.
Yeah.
So it's not about putting pressure on ourselves to have all the answers right away.
Right.
It's about giving ourselves permission to explore,
Yeah.
to experiment, to play.
Exactly.
But with so many options,
Yeah.
how do we know which path to take?
Right.
Which clue to follow?
McCarthy emphasizes the importance of paying attention to what resonates with you.
Okay.
What activities make you lose track of time?
Right.
What topics could you talk about for hours on end? What problems do you feel compelled to solve?
Right.
These are all clues pointing you towards your purpose.
It's those little details in a mystery novel.
Yeah.
Those seemingly insignificant clues that ultimately lead to cracking the case.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And as you start gathering these clues, these insights,
Right.
McCarthy suggests creating a journal or a vision board to capture them. Don't censor yourself. Just let those sparks of inspiration flow freely.
So it's a combination of inner reflection.
Yeah.
Tapping into that quiet voice within.
Yeah.
And outer exploration.
Exactly.
Engaging with the world and seeing what sparks our interest. It's like a dance between our intuition and the opportunities that life presents.
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
And as you engage in this dance,
Yeah.
you'll start to notice patterns, themes, synchronicities that can guide you.
Right.
Remember we talked about the CSO earlier?
Yeah.
Well, this is where your CSO really comes into play.
It's like our CSO is the choreographer of this dance, subtly guiding our steps,
Right.
leading us towards our highest potential.
Exactly.
But what if we stumble?
Yeah.
What if we make a wrong turn?
That's okay.
Okay.
McCarthy stresses that there are no wrong turns.
Right.
Only detours that can lead to unexpected and even more fulfilling destinations. The key is to trust the journey, to trust that you are exactly where you're meant to be in each moment.
This has been such an incredibly eye-opening conversation.
It has.
We've gone from tackling the fraud factor to unlocking the magic of the CSO to discovering our true purpose.
I know, right?
It's clear that May McCarthy's approach is so much more than a business strategy.
Yeah.
It's a blueprint for living a life that is aligned with our truest selves,
Right.
our deepest passions, and our highest purpose.
Absolutely. It's a system for creating a life that is not only successful by external measures,
Right.
but also incredibly rich, meaningful, and fulfilling.
And the best part is,
Yeah,
it's accessible to anyone.
it is.
No matter where you are in your journey, you can start applying these principles today.
Absolutely.
So to all our listeners out there,
Yeah.
if you're feeling lost, uninspired, or just curious about what's possible, take a deep breath, connect with that wise voice within,
Yeah.
and start taking those first steps toward the life you dream of.
Because as May McCarthy so powerfully reminds us,
Yeah.
we all have the power within to create our own reality. And that is truly remarkable.
This has been another fascinating deep dive.
It has.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring the transformative world of May McCarthy with us.
Yes, thank you.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep diving deep. Keep learning.
Yeah.
And keep trusting that incredible power within.
Absolutely.
We'll see you on our next deep dive.